Elmer by David McKee. There was once a herd of elephants, elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall or fat or thin, elephants like this, that or the other, all different but all happy and all the same colour. All, that is, except Elmer. Elmer was different. Elmer was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. Elmer was not elephant colour. It was Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Sometimes he joked with the other elephants, sometimes they joked with him. But if there was even a little smile, it was usually Elmer who had started it. One night, Elmer couldn't sleep for thinking, and the think that he was thinking was that he was tired of being different. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant, he thought. No wonder they all laugh at me. In the morning, before the others were really awake, Elmer slipped quietly away unnoticed. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. They always said, "Good morning, Elmer." Each time, Elmer smiled and said, "Good morning." After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for, a large bush covered with berries, a large bush covered with elephant-coloured berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it so that the berries fell onto the ground. Once the ground was covered in berries, Elmer lay down and rolled over and over, this way and that way and back again. Then he picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over, covering himself with berry juice until there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. When he had finished, Elmer looked just like any other elephant. After that, Elmer set off back to the herd. On the way, he passed the other animals again. This time, each one said to him, "Good morning, elephant." And each time Elmer smiled and said, "Good morning," pleased that he wasn't being recognized. When Elmer rejoined the other elephants, they were all standing quietly. None of them noticed Elmer as he worked his way into the middle of the herd. After a while, Elmer felt that something was wrong. But what? He looked around, same old jungle, same old bright sky, same old rain cloud that came over from time to time, and lastly the same old elephants. Elmer looked at them. The elephants were standing absolutely still. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. The more he looked at the serious, silent, still standing elephants, the more he wanted to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He lifted the trunk and at the top of his voice shouted, "Boo!" The elephants jumped and fell all ways in surprise. "Oh my gosh and golly," they said, and then saw Elmer, helpless with laughter. "Elmer," they said, "it must be Elmer." Then the other elephants laughed too, as they had never laughed before. As they laughed, the rain clouds burst, and when the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. The elephants still laughed as Elmer was washed back to normal. "Oh, Elmer," gasped an old elephant, "you've played some good jokes, but this has been the biggest laugh of all. It didn't take you long to show your true colours, though." "We must celebrate this day every year," said another. "This will be Elmer's Day. All elephants must decorate themselves, and Elmer will decorate himself elephant colour." And that is exactly what the elephants do. On one day a year, they decorate themselves and parade. On that day, if you happen to see an elephant, ordinary elephant colour, you will know that it must be Elmer. The end. Soup Potato, Bubbly Trouble by Sue Hendra and Paul Linnett. It was night time in the supermarket and the veggies were enjoying their weekly bath. Look, Sweet Potato, a bubble hat, said Cucumber. I've got a bubbly beard, said Aubergine. I've made a bubble cave, said Carrot. Look what I've made, said Tomato. It's a bubbleosaurus. Wow, said Cucumber. We need more bubbles. Quick, someone pass the bubble mixture. Allow me, sniggered the evil pea, swapping the bubbly bubbles for troubly bubbles. There were already a lot of bubbles, but soon the bubbles doubled. That's the last I'll see of you veggie nitwits for a while, cackled the pea. Oh, what's this? I've got their ducky. Mwahahahaha. Trapped down in the bubbles, it was very confusing. We didn't want to double the bubbles, cried Cucumber. I can't see, sobbed Tomato. I don't know where I am, called Carrot. Then somebody spoke. Relax, man, everybody cool it. I know that voice, said Sweet Potato. It's Mystic Mango. Do you know where we are? You're in the chilled aisle, Super Dude. Look, veggies, don't panic. You can sort out this mess. The solution is here, so get looking. Don't stress. The solution is here? Thought Sweet Potato. First they tried the bubbly biscuit aisle, but all they found were bubbles. It was the same in the bubbly bacon aisle. Then all of a sudden, Tomato spotted something. Nobody move, he shouted. We're in the stationery aisle. The solution must be pencils. Mystic Mango means we should pop the bubbles with pointy pencils. So Tomato set to work. Pop, pop, pop. This is going to take quite a long time, Sweet Potato. No, groovy veggies, don't bother with those. What you seek cleans you up from your head to your toes. I know what it is, shouted Cucumber. It's a flannel. We can wipe the bubbles away. But Cucumber tried and it didn't work. The flannel just moves them around, Sweet Potato. It's not a flannel, is it, Mystic Mango? Said Cucumber. Sorry, man, it sure was a groovy suggestion, but no. Relax, my veggie dudes. The answer is near. Find a magic castle and the bubbles will clear. Where are we going to find a magic castle? Said Sweet Potato. Is that one? Asked Carrot. It certainly looks like one, cried all the veggies. But as they got closer, they realised it wasn't a magical castle at all. It's just lots of bars of soap, said the veggies, disappointed. But Sweet Potato wasn't disappointed. Of course! How could I forget? Is this the end for the bubbles? Said one pineapple to another. You bet it is, pineapples. Soap makes bubbles disappear. Don't believe me? Maybe you should try it. Soap Potato to the rescue! Time to get poppin'. Soon almost all the bubbles were gone. Oops, looks like we've missed some, said Tomato. And what's that behind them? Come on, little ducky, it's a lovely day for a... Uh-oh. Sweet Potato, thanks to you, all the bubbles have disappeared. Not all the bubbles, Tomato. I've saved just one. The veggies were thrilled. Sweet Potato, we love you. Sweet Potato, you're amazing. Sweet Potato, I'm your biggest fan. Oh no, you're not, Tomato. This is my biggest fan, and it's going to blow that pea over to the freezy aisle where he belongs. Fish fingers, would you mind popping that pea back in the freezer for me? Oh, yes, Sweet Potato, we'd be delighted. The end. Each Peach, Pear, Plum by Janet and Alan Allberg. Each peach, pear, plum, I spy Tom Thumb. Ooh. There he is. Tom Thumb in the cupboard, I spy Mother Hubbard. There's Tom Thumb, and there's Mother Hubbard. Mother Hubbard down the cellar, I spy Cinderella. Where's Cinderella? There she is. Cinderella on the stairs, I spy the three bears. Ooh, there they are, having a peep. Three bears out hunting, I spy Baby Bunting. Ooh, there's Baby Bunting. Baby Bunting fast asleep, I spy Bo Peep. There she is, running through the field. Jack and Jill in the ditch, I spy the Wicked Witch. There she is, with her pointy hat. Wicked Witch over the wood, I spy Robin Hood. There he is. Robin Hood in his den, I spy the bears again. Where are the bears? There they are. Three bears still hunting, they spy Baby Bunting. Baby Bunting safe and dry, I spy a plum pie. Plum pie in the sun, I spy everyone. There they are, all sharing the plum pie. The end. Paw Patrol, pups save the royal throne. At Barkenberg Castle, the princess is admiring her new royal throne. She's decorated it with beautiful balloons, glitter and flowers. One day you shall take your place on it as queen, says the earl. The princess's pup Sweetie wants the throne for herself. She suggests to the princess that they take a photograph. When the camera flashes, there's a sudden puff of smoke. Sweetie and her robotic toy sidekick Busby float away with the thrones through a secret hatch in the roof. When the smoke clears, Sweetie and the throne have disappeared without being seen. For something this important, there's only one thing we can do. Call the Paw Patrol, says the Earl. The pups are at the lookout when Ryder's pup pad rings. Someone has taken the most important treasure in Barkenberg, the royal throne, explains the Earl. And my precious pup Sweetie, adds the princess. We're on our way, replies Ryder. No job is too big and no pup is too small. Ryder calls the pups to the air patroller. They need to fly to Barkenberg Castle. Paw Patrol ready for action, Ryder, sir, says Chase. Ryder tells the pups someone has taken the royal throne and the royal pup Sweetie. An extraordinary mission like this calls for extraordinary gear, he says. Sound like this is a mission paw, the pups bark. Ryder needs Rocky to use his radar scanner to look for clues and Sky's sky cycle to scout the castle from above. This puppy's got to fly, says Sky. Mission Paw is on a roll. Cheers, Ryder. Inside the castle, Rocky rushes to his throne to look for clues. With his radar dish, he finds the secret panel in the ceiling. Maybe the throne thieves snuck out that way, says Ryder. He calls Sky and asks her to check out on the roof. Meanwhile, Sweetie and Busby run into a problem with their escape. A crow is popping the balloons on the throne with his beak, leaving it stuck on the castle turret. Sweetie decides to change plans and hijack the air patroller to help her escape. An alarm is sounding on Ryder's pup pad. That's strange, he says. My pup pad's telling me that the air patroller just took off. But who's flying it? Sky soars into the air in her sky cycle. I see the throne, but no sign of Sweetie, Sky radios to Ryder. Suddenly, a loud rumble fills the sky. It's the air patroller, and it's heading straight up to the throne. It scooped it up with its clamp. Sky flies in hot pursuit of the air patroller and pulls up alongside the cockpit. Ryder, the thief is Sweetie, says Sky. That's Queen, Sweetie, she replies, because I now have the royal throne of Barkenberg and my autopilot Busby is going to fly me to my very own kingdom. Busby turns on the plane's hyperspeed mode and they zoom off into the distance. Sky joins the rest of the pups in the mission cruiser. It looks like Sweetie's headed southwest, she tells Ryder. If she's going that way, she's taken the air patroller to the jungle, says Ryder. Deep in the jungle, Sweetie is trying to convince the monkeys that she's their new queen. I command you to give me all your precious gems, she says. But the monkeys only bring her bananas. Just then, Queen Mandy the monkey comes out of her temple. She's a little angry that Sweetie is claiming to be the new queen. When Ryder and the pups arrive, the monkeys are squabbling over the throne. The throne bumps into the giant monkey statue, which wobbles and knocks down another statue. Chase teams up with Tracker, the jungle pup, to stop the statues from falling onto the monkeys. But in the confusion, Sweetie makes her escape. Ryder and the pups dash back to the air patroller. I saw the air patroller flying south, says Ryder, and I think I know where it's going. Sweetie lands on the ice fields and she finds herself a group of good-natured penguins. Now for my first royal command, build your beloved queen an ice castle, the most magnificent castle ever seen in the South Sweetie Pole, she says. The penguins waddle off and get to work. Meanwhile, Jake and Everest are out penguin watching when they see the air patroller. But where are Ryder and the Paw Patrol, asks Everest. I'll pup tag Ryder and see what's up. Ryder tells Everest all about Sweetie's escape with the royal throne of Barkenberg. Can you help us get it back? He asks. I saw snow, I'm ready to go, says Everest. Rocky, it's time for extraordinary gadget making, says Ryder. We need a device that will take control of the air patroller. Good thing we travel with a lot of spare parts, because I don't lose it, I reuse it, Rocky yelps. He starts preparing the plane controller. Meanwhile, Everest has a clever idea. Let's push this ice chunk so that it blocks Sweetie in, she whispers to Jake. But the castle is too heavy for the ice, and soon there's a loud crack. Sweetie leaps off the throne and heads for the air patroller. Marshall uses his hydro launchers to fire Rocky's plane controller onto the air patroller. Rocky makes the plane spin round and round and round. Mission Paw is controlling the air patroller now, Ryder radios to Sweetie. Okay, I give up. Just stop this awful ride, cries Sweetie. The Paw Patrol return the throne to Sweetie and Barkenberg and join the princess for a victory photo. Thank you for saving the royal throne, says the Earl. No problem. Whenever you have a royal problem, just say cheese for help. Cheers, Ryder. The end.